Good evening to everybody. My name is Marcus, otherwise known as Nigma, and I am here to bring you guys a video guide, something I have not done in a long time, especially not just on my own. But I just bought a new microphone, so you guys get to hear my horrid voice in crystal clear, unfiltered quality. For those of you who don't know me, I used to make lots of video guides for Heroes of Newerth, first on my own channel, then on HoN League, then on HoNcast, and then for S2 Games themselves. I used to work together with Miss Pudding on the Spotlight videos. Then I didn't have enough time anymore, so I had to quit, and I was also the community manager for Heroes of Newerth for some time. But that's all done, and now I'm just doing my own thing again. So I should probably say that everything I say and do on this channel, and everything I say in this video, and everything is not affiliated with S2 Games in any way. So don't think that because I say like this hero sucks that S2 is gonna nerf or buff that hero or something stupid like that. That's not true at all. I'm here today to bring you a Legionnaire guide. Good old-fashioned guides. The way I'm going to do the guides this time, at least I'm going to try this right now. Because what I used to do was I used to just cut sort of scenes together with practice mode and stuff like that. I'm just going to kind of be watching this game and commenting on it. This is a game I played. This is my ult. This is me playing. So no fancy editing, nothing like that. On one hand, it might not be as visually appealing, but this is so much easier for me to make, and I think this way I can crank out videos a lot faster, and it's just less time consuming for me. For me as a player, I'm not a competitive player. I am an 1800 MMR player. I'm not the best player, but I think if you're even intermediate beginners, I think you can learn something from these guides. If not, I'm sorry. If you have any comments or suggestions, put them in the video below and I'll read them. This is going to be the first guide I've done in a long time, so I'm just going to give it a try. I actually did this guide once before yesterday, and FRAPS kind of, as I like to say, shit the bed, and I have to redo it. But no big deal. Nothing of value was lost. I'm probably just going to be fast forwarding through this replay at times, but because I think it's not that long. It's actually only about 20 minutes, but I'm going to be running out of stuff to say otherwise. And by the way, I'm not going to be reading stuff off a script like I used to. I know in my old guides I would just be reading stuff off a script, but that was a huge hassle. So I apologize in advance for stuttering and just generally being retarded, but that's just the way I am. Anyway, enough about me, enough about all that crap. We're going to be talking about Legionnaire here. Legionnaire is a hero that we pretty much don't see much, never saw much ever in Dota. I love to play Axe. Axe was, I don't know, like I guess I used to be playing, like EM games back then, like years ago, and I guess back then, anything goes. But then I kind of, got serious, stopped playing EM, and then I never really got to play Legionnaire, but I think with this new metagame shift, you start to see him a little bit more often, and it's really nice because he's actually a really good hero. Like, his ganking power and his farming power is just ridiculous, and I think he's just like the classic jungler. But anyway, starting out this game, I've got 2 Iron Bucklers and Runes of the Blight. I'm fairly sure 2 Iron Bucklers is the sort of standard way to go, because I used to only get 1 Iron Buckler, but from what I've heard, even with diminishing returns, it basically boosts your chance to block to like 88% or something like that. I have not done the math on that, but I'm sure it's something like that. Definitely increases your survivability when jungling, so important. But yeah, pretty standard. You can get a health potion rather than Runes of the Blight if you prefer. I prefer Runes of the Blight. Sometimes you can use them for neat stuff like they block this creep camp, but sometimes you can like chop this tree and pull these creeps. Although you can actually pull this creep camp with this creep camp as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. first thing I want to talk about with Legionnaire is double stacking the creep camps, because I see players, and by the way, yes, I am going to get my ass sort of handed to me here. Players, they don't, like in lower tier games, I've talked to people that say, I don't like to stack creep camps, it's too complicated for me, I just kind of want to, run brain dead into the creep camps. Don't do it. Like, stack the creep camps, for the love of God. Legionnaire is a hero who, his whole balance rests upon the assumption that you're going to be double stacking the creep camps, and it's just so easy, it's not hard. All you have to do is wait for 54 seconds in the timer. About 54 seconds. At that time, you should aggro the creeps and run back. You're going to see it. I'm going to do it right now. 53, 54. Aggro the creeps, run back. Even if it's a ranged creep, no problem. The one creep that does give you trouble, I don't know if I can find them. There's the ones here, the smaller ones. They have these healers. And if you attack one of them, then the healer will stay there and like start healing that one. Those are very difficult to stack. If you can aggro them without attacking them, it's fine. If it's nighttime, I don't know if you can actually double stack those as Legionnaire, because there's no way to like pull them without hitting them because they're just asleep. One thing I want to talk about quickly here, you'll see the guy, they warded the pull, very common. Not end of the world for Legionnaire. If they don't ward the pull, that is a sign that you can really just kind of flourish in the jungle. Because what you're going to do then is you're going to double stack this creep camp especially, and you're going to pull it into the lane here. And the reason you do that is not because, like, I've seen people, they think that they do this so that like your creeps can kill the neutrals or something. That's not really the reason you do it. The reason you do it is because it will kill your creeps. And what that'll do is it'll make this lane, the bottom lane, or if you're on Hellborn, the top lane, but for the sake of simplicity, let's assume you're playing Legion, it'll make it so that enemy Hellborn heroes will be forced to push up closer to this tower, and it'll give you more room to gank, because then, if they're, like, see it here, because they warded, they're all the way up here fighting at their tower, but if I could pull this, then I would be able to gank them from here, or possibly even from here. So definitely do that. I'm not doing that in this game, as there is a ward here. You can counter ward it if you're feeling, I don't know, smart. It's kind of risky. If you're placing a counter ward, don't place it too close to here, because the counter ward itself can block the creep camp as well as the ward, and there's nothing worse than spending 100 gold to spending 100 gold only to block your own creeps. It's also quite embarrassing. But yeah, I'm going to be stacking this creep camp here. You'll notice I get boots first. You can get life tube first. It doesn't really matter. The thing about boots and Legionnaire is a hero that can jungle so effectively, because he can basically kill stuff as fast as he can get to it, assuming he doesn't run out of life. And so because of that, once you have marchers, you can just sort of like kill, like, it increases your gold per minute and your experience per minute like rapidly, just because of the mobility it gives you to move between creep camps. I don't know if I'm doing this at 100% ideally. You'll see I'm running back a lot, I'm taking a lot of damage. It's definitely slightly more challenging before you get your life tube and your Helm of the Black Legion. You're going to want to finish that very fast, basically instantaneously. You're going to see that here I'm not really ganking my lane, because it's so pushed up. There's really nothing to gank since it's so pushed up. In this kind of situation, if I was here in the area, you'll see I'm going to be coming now, because I'm seeing they're pushing up. They're trying to kill my friend, and they did kill him, so now it's basically too late. But you want to keep an eye on the lane. You want to keep an eye on when they're pushed up. You're going to want to talk, communicate with your ally. If you can gank, you'll see Torture has no mana now, so it's not very ideal. If they're diving, your ally, go help him. You're going to use your charge, use your taunt, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a second. Maxing your charge. Another thing I see some lower level people do is they don't max their charge. They do the taunt and the whirling blade. You need to max the charge. I usually max the charge at level 7, level 8. I believe in this game I am going to get it at level 8, but usually I get it at level 7, because it, on one hand, it really makes clearing the creep camps a lot easier, because the creep camps, they will attack you much faster for half damage, and so you can spin more often. Here you'll see they are walking in the forest. They are going to get my double stack here, which sucks, but it's a lot better than me dying. So I said a second ago you should pay attention to the lane. You should also pay attention to see if the lane is missing, because you do not want to get ganked. Legionnaire is a hero that really sort of excels once he gets that Helm of the Black Legion. His gold per minute will just sort of exponentially increase, and it's very important not to die early on, because it can really kind of be a thorn in your side, and there's nothing more just kind of bad than a Legionnaire that is just not useful, because you want to be useful. You want to be out-leveling your enemies. At the beginning, you're going to be kind of leveling at their speed, but eventually you should be basically out-leveling them, because when you double stack so many creep camps and you can clear them so ridiculously fast, it's just going to put you at such an advantage. Here I'm going to try and gank Puppet Master. Not quite the best angle for attack. I probably should have gone from the top. I am going to get shut down here, not die though, just barely. I don't know how. Yeah, he just got barely out of range. Basically, complete luck, but not very good. But basically, when charging in, you want to try and do a path that the enemy has little time to react, because unlike like Rampage's charge or stuff like that, you are not immune to magic. You are going to be moving fast, but still fast enough that people can stun you. And it could definitely still be stopped. Another thing I want to talk about is itemization and boots. Basically, Legionnaire is kind of a hero that really only needs marchers. He doesn't really need any other kind of boots specifically, for not that big of a deal. I'm going to pause the video here for a second. The reason I usually stay marchers for a while is simply because ghost marchers, they're better. They are objectively better than marchers, but they cost so much. It's $1,000 gold investment, and I'm cautious about it, because you do get the increased movement speed. It's nice. I don't believe it increases the damage from your terrifying charge. I thought it did, but I see here it's base damage, and I'm quite sure base damage is only increased by strength, your default sort of damage that you do, not including items that give just plus raw damage. So basically all you get from phase boots is slightly increased auto attack damage and the unit walking, which is good. I'm not hating on that, but the thing is, you're gonna get portal key eventually anyway, which is gonna be basically your positioning tool. So I've actually bought Striders on Legionnaire before, and it's worked for me. I get shit for getting Striders on Legionnaire, so I am not gonna by any means recommend you guys to get Striders so that everybody dislikes this video. But I mean, for 300 gold on top of the 50 gold marchers, I mean, compared to Ghost Marchers, that's 700 gold towards your portal key that you can get a lot faster. I'm slowing down the video here because I really want to talk about what I'm about to do. And if you take away anything from this video, let it be what I am about to tell you about Terrifying Charge. Two things about Terrifying Charge. The first thing is that this animation is awesome. Just look at this. I mean, look at that. He's batshit insane, and it's like something out of a cartoon. It's awesome. But no, seriously, what I'm about to tell you is incredibly important. I see people do this wrong in competitive play. Well, not in competitive play, but like an 1800 level, high level play. People don't know about this. Your charge and your taunt. When you are charging and you want to use your taunt directly afterwards, in the name of all that is holy and sacred, hold shift and hit Q. This will make it so your your charge damage will go off and you will taunt instantly. There's basically no way that your taunt will miss like this if you do it like that. There's basically no reason not to do it like that every time. You charge, you hold down shift, you hit Q, you will do the damage of charge, and then you will taunt. If you try and do this manually, odds are you're gonna mess it up, because either you're not gonna get the charge damage in on time, or you're just gonna miss the taunt. It's really hard. And it's just, I don't know why people do it manually. They must not know, because there's really no reason.